Hare Krishna. We have started recording. So thank you all the devotees for giving opportunity, and thank you. I would like to seek your prayers before we begin the shloka for today. I am going to share my screen. One of you can confirm if my screen is.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhirayet Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.19.15. Tam mopayātaṁ pratiyantu viprā. Tam mopayātaṁ pratiyantu viprā. Gaṅgā ca devī dhṛta-cittam ise. Gaṅgā ca devī dhṛta-cittam ise. dvijopasṛṣṭaḥ kuhakas takṣako va. dvijopasṛṣṭaḥ kuhakas takṣako va. daśatv alaṁ gāyatam viṣṇu-gāthāḥ. daśatv alaṁ gāyatam viṣṇu-gāthāḥ. Word by word meaning. Tam, for that reason. Ma, me. Mopayātaṁ, taken shelter of. Pratiyantu, just accept me. Viprā, O Brahmanas. Gaṅgā, Mother Ganges. Cha, also Devī, direct representative of the Lord. Dhṛta, taken into. Cittam, heart. Ishe, onto the Lord. dvijopasṛṣṭaḥ, created by the Brahmana. Kuhaka, something magical. takṣaka, the snake bird. Va, either. daśatv, let it bite. alaṁ, without further delay. gāyata, please go on singing. viṣṇu-gāthāḥ, narration of the deeds of Vishnu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Brahmanas, just accept me as completely surrendered soul, and let Mother Ganges, the representative of the Lord, also accept me in that way. For I have already taken the lotus feet of the Lord into my heart. Let the snake bird, or whatever magical thing the Brahmana created, bite me at once. I only desired that you all continue singing the deeds of the Lord Vishnu. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As soon as one is given up completely onto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he is not at all afraid of death. The atmosphere created by the presence of great devotees of the Lord on the banks of Ganges and Maharaj Parikshit's complete acceptance of the Lord's lotus feet were sufficient guarantee to the king for going back to Godhead. He thus became absolutely free from all fear of death. I just repeat the last point. He thus became absolutely free from all fear of death. So today we are going to discuss a few things. How is it possible for someone to overcome the fear of death? What is death? Death for a devotee and death for a non-devotee. And examples of devotees who could overcome all fears of death. So yes, before I begin, I would like to quickly chant the prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjalashakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manovishnam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shritapadakamam Shri Gurum Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Chaitanya Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sagana Lalita श्री विशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता श्री राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Opam Viloti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Grim Yatrupahatam Mande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandamatam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So yes, first of all, how it is possible for someone to overcome the fear of death is a very important point. Because normally we see in the material world, in the current situation, everybody has this fear. Some people might say, no, I'm fearless. I'm not feared of, I'm not scared of death and something like that. They might just say to claim something like that. But when that situation comes, they are shivering. People say, I'm not scared of bungee jumping. And when they go on the top of the height, and when they see from there, then, they start shivering. Their legs are trembling. Their condition is like Arjuna, who was saying, I'm not able to fight now, my hands are shivering, correct? So they are not able to jump from the height because they are scared. So there are a lot of fears which are there, and that is the biggest problem in the material world. People are scared, people are feared. And I remember there was a movie which was made a couple of years back, I think around 10 years back. The name of the movie was Three Idiots. And in that, they are showing that people are feared, people are scared, from the childhood, that they have to score good, that kind of fear they showed. Then they are scared that they have to go to the college. If they get admission or not, they are scared. And then similarly, there are a lot of fears, whether they get a right match or not, whether they get a right job or not, what is going to happen to them if they get a job, are they going to survive in that job or not? And in the office place also, we see that we have this fear. If we are not careful, somebody is there to always take over and put our situation in a bad. So we are always scared of these things. Most of the people are scared. Okay, but I'm not talking about the devotees. Those who are the devotees or those who are in the process of devotional service, they eventually overcome this thing which is called fear. This fear is very, very dangerous because fear actually stands for false evidence appear real. Something which is not false also, it appears real, and it creates a lot of inferiority complex. It creates a lot of stress in people. But here we see that Parikshit Maharaj, he is not scared of death. He is ready to accept death also. And as we progress, we will see what is the meaning of death. Because normally we see death means everything is going to end. When we lose some amount of money, we are in a very, very anxiety, deep trouble. We are very sad. But death means it is the end. You are going to leave all the family members. You're going to leave this place. You're going to leave your house. You're going to you have to give up your car, you have to give up your nice bike, you have to give up your job, you have to give up your friendship, everything. It is like giving up. And we are not trained to give up. We are trained from the childhood that how to achieve, how to become successful, how to become victorious, how to gain, how to lead, all those things. Nowhere teaches in the school that how you should react when you are getting a failure. But the real thing, the fact is that people face failures a lot more than what they face as success. So there are a lot of failures they face before even they achieve success. But the irony is that nobody teaches how to take the failures, right? There may be some motivational speaker, they will say something, but there is nothing from the scriptures which is told, and that is why it is not effective. People are always scared. So as we continue, we will hear these topics. What is death? Death for a devotee, death for a non-devotee, and examples of devotees who could overcome all the fears. So let me present this shloka to you, which talks about fear. Fears fear personified. Even the fear personified is feared by the holy name of Krishna. That is what is mentioned in this shloka. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.14. I'm quoting this for a reference. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. But Vasudeva, or Lord Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. So this is a very important point to understand, that Krishna is the supreme controller of everything. So when we say everything, everything is in control of Krishna, correct? There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others who were very powerful living entity were all killed by the personality of Godhead. So when we talk about these people, Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, they were very, very powerful, extremely powerful. Somebody can never imagine that they can be defeated. But Lord Krishna, Lord Sri Ram, very easily, single-handedly, they could defeat and kill them. Of course, after giving a lot of warning. And the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Like we see, this is the Yoga Dharma currently is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. And we also recite in Shikshashtakam, Namna Makari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shaktis, Tatra Pita Nimata Smarane Kala. So Krishna has, empowered his name completely. All his energies, when I say all, it is all the energy of the Lord is in the name of the Lord. Everything is related to him and everything has its identity in him. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is not different from Krishna. Therefore, the name of Krishna is as powerful as Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference at all. Anyone, therefore, can take advantage of the holy name of Lord Sri Krishna, even in the midst of the great dangers. The transcendental names of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by the force of circumstances, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdle of birth and death. I remember a very nice story here. There was a time when Lord Sri Ram, he saw that all these devotees, what they're doing, they're writing the name on the rock, the name like Lord Sri Ram, they're writing, and they are putting that in the ocean, and the rock is floating. So Lord wanted to check. Of course, Lord knows everything, but yes, this is the pastime he created. So he wanted to check whether the stone is going to float if I don't write my name. And what if I throw the stone in the water? Then of course it should float, right? That is what it is. When the name is written, then the stone is floating in the water. And what if Lord himself is throwing the stone in the water without writing his name? Of course it should float, right? That is what even Lord thought. So Lord went in the midst of the night just to ensure there is no other thing happened. So he goes in the night and he takes up a stone and he throws in the water. But to the surprise of the Lord Sri Ram, the stone doesn't float, it just goes down, it drowns. And then he wonders, how is this possible that my name is not there, even though I am throwing the stone, but the stone is not floating. So he thought, okay, fine, nobody saw it, and he turned when he turned, even immediately he found Hanumanji standing right next to him, because Hanumanji always was associated closely with Lord Sri Ram. And then he realizes, then he says, and then Lord Sri Ram says, Hanuman, what is this? How is that this stone is not floating? Then Hanumanji says, yes, my dear Lord, you know everything, but yes, if you are giving me this opportunity, then definitely I'll say. And Lord, and Hanumanji says that, my dear Lord, this your name actually is more powerful than what you are. And that is what is the glory of the holy name of the Lord. So the name of the Lord is more powerful than the Lord. And Hanumanji, proves that by giving that example. So that is how we see that the name of the Lord is very, very powerful. And Hanumanji has also mentioned, wherever the glories of the name of Lord Sri Ram is going to be chanted, I am going to be personally present there. So you cannot please Hanumanji by chanting, only Hanuman Chalisa. Hanuman Chalisa is good, but when you chant the name of the Lord, then, Hanumanji is going to be very, very pleasing, and he will always, always be present wherever the name of the Lord is chanted with great devotion. And that is how the fears will be running away from our heart, because the fear is, the fear personified is also feared by the name of Krishna. And that is what is mentioned in this shloka, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.14. Let's go to the next shloka. So the devotees of the Lord, of course, they know Bhagavad Gita thoroughly. And there are a lot of shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. I have, mentioned a couple of them in the interest of time here. So Bhagavad Gita 2.13, like we all have read, it talks about, the transmigration of the soul from, one body to another body. So the shloka is very easy. Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhiras tatra namoyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Like we are changing the body, we see our children when they were 1 year old, they were very, very different. They used to behave different. They were looking different. And now when we see they're grown up, the same height as ours, and they look different, they behave different, but they are the same person. But the body is changed, correct? So when body is changing from youth to old age, to boyhood to youth to old age, we are not lamenting. In the same way, when the body is changing one body and going to another body, then there is no reason to lament. And that happens when a devotee is very, very powerful, very, very conscious of his things, and completely surrendered. So these things do not impact a life of a devotee. He is completely surrendered. The devotee knows whatever my Lord plans for me is the best for me. I cannot know. I do not know what is good for me. So I may plan to live here in the material world for 100, 200 years, but the Lord knows very well that, where is my service required, and how long should I live, and what is going to be good for me. So the Lord plans very well. And the devotee is always surrendered. Say, my dear Krishna, if you plan this, I'm happy. If you plan something else, also I'm very happy, because ultimately the plan is yours. And the same prayer was chanted by Srila Prabhupada when he went to US. He said, he made a prayer we used to write in our Siksha papers, in our initiation papers. What prayer did Srila Prabhupada made after reaching US? So Prabhupada says, I am a puppet in your hand, my dear Lord. If you want me to dance, I will dance. Whatever you want to me, I will do that. That is what is called complete surrender, to the will and wish of the Lord. So this is the shloka which talks about the change of body. Another shloka which says, Vasam sujirnani yatha vihaya navani granati naroparani tata sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani sanyati navani dehi. As a person puts on new garments, giving up the old ones, the soul similarly accepts the new material body, giving up the old and useless ones. So the point is, we are not going to die. We are going to be always present. Lord Sri Krishna also says, one of the shloka in Bhagavad Gita, I have not mentioned that reference. Natve vaham jato nasham natum neme janadipa nachev na bhavishyama sarve vayamata param. Lord is saying, these kings were present, in the previous life, and they will be present in the next life also. The thing is, they do not remember their past, they will not know their future, but I know everything. So there is no loss. We are going to be there all the time. The biggest loss is that we don't utilize this human body for the purpose which it is made. The human life is made for tapasya, and tapasya in the Kali Yuga is chanting the holy name of the Lord, dedicating ourselves to the service of the Lord. That is what is the tapasya which we need to perform. We don't have to go to the forest. Let us see some more slides in this regard of change of body. Another shloka Lord is mentioned, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu janma mrityasya cha tasmad apariharta he arthe natvam sochito maharishi. One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after that one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. Lord is saying, don't lament, don't lament. And most of the times people are lamenting, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I should be getting this, I deserve this. Like that, they are lamenting all the time. And whatever they have, they don't realize the importance of that. Like in one of the class, I remember Jagat Sakshi Prabhu was mentioning, we complain if we have any issue in the body. If the kidney is not functioning properly, we complain. If we have cholesterol, we complain. But there are so many other things which are working perfectly fine. Correct? We don't appreciate that. We might be having one problem out of 99 issues which we do not have, but we are always focusing, oh, I have got this, oh, I have got this, and we are morose, we are sad. But instead of doing that, we should take action, right? If you are having any issues, you should work for that. Instead of just saying, oh, I have this, I have this. When somebody is not having a job, they are lamenting, but they are having, their life with them. They're having their career with them. They're having their, their education with them. So they should work hard for that, and they should secure a job, right? In the same manner, many people keep lamenting about so many things which they do not have, but they forget what they have. So that is why Lord is saying, don't lament. And of course, don't lament for the change of body. Now let us see some more examples, moving from an old house to a new house. So suppose we are living in a very old house, like you see in the picture one, which is quite, in a bad condition. There are no facilities. The tree itself is dried up. So if somebody tells us, okay, you are living in this house, now I will move to a new house, which is a very nice house, which has got a personal swimming pool and, nice design, lot of facilities, and you also have a view of the sea from your window. So nobody would be saying, okay, no, I want to stay in my old house only. and they will of course not cry moving to a new house. So that is what happens when we leave our body and go back to Goloka. So we are going to gain a lot of things. It is not a loss at all. We might think, oh, I'm losing this old house, but remember, you are getting a very nice big house. So an intelligent person will definitely not, lament for that. He will be very happy. Oh, fine, I'm going to get something nice. So Prabhupada also gives this example. If you're going from a very old house to a new house, which is in a very posh area, then you're going to be very happy. So that is what happens. Let us see another example. Death is not a separation. So this is what I was saying when I was referring this in the agenda, death for a devotee and death for a non-devotee. So till now we have understood how we can overcome the fear of death, which is, it is mentioned in the shloka 1.1.14. And then it is, we spoke about what is that. Death is not the end, but it is, just the change of body. And then now we are discussing this point, death for a devotee and death for a non-devotee. So let us see what happens. So for a non-devotee, he is going to lose everything, right? Because he has never chanted the name of the Lord, correct? He has never chanted Hare Krishna in his life. And then what he has utilized his life for? He has utilized his life for building his business, making a very big house, buying a very nice car, taking a lot of clothes, building a lot of relationships, having a lot of girlfriends or boyfriends. So he has spent his life just doing that. And now what is happening? He is going to leave everything. So that is why death is going to be a very painful chapter for a non-devotee. It is said that it is as equivalent as biting 40,000 scorpion at one shot. So scorpion bite is so dangerous that when a scorpion bites, the person dies out of pain, not out of poison. So much pain is there. Now here, 40,000 scorpions biting at one shot is so dangerous. And that is what happens in the life of a non-devotee. Another example I want to quote. Once somebody told Amoglila Das Prabhu, he said, somebody said, I want to commit suicide. So Amoglila Das Prabhu gave this example. This is like, 40,000 scorpions are going to bite at one shot. It is that painful. So he said, what can I do? In my current situation, what I'm living, my life is like more painful than 40,000 scorpions biting me, at the time of death. So that is what happens in a life of a non-devotee. They have a lot of pains because they want to control things, pains because they want to dominate a lot of things, pains because they want to achieve a lot of things. Just imagine if our goal of life is what it is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, Kirtanaya Sada Hari, correct? Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. So that is what is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And Krishna is also saying, Manmana Bhavo Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, repeating this shloka 2 times in Bhagavad Gita. So this is what should be the actual goal of life. Jiver Swarupe Hoy Krishner Nityadas. That is our real goal. And that can be achieved very easily. It is not very difficult if you are sitting and chanting like we were doing chanting in the Brahma Muhurta. So we already achieved our goal for today. Right? If we have chanted our 16 rounds as per the guidance and directions of our Guru Maharaj and senior Vaishnavas, then we have achieved our goal for today. So we should be very happy, right? But the non-devotees, their goal is something different. And it is a very, very difficult, dry goal and very difficult to achieve. So they are always in anxiety, they're always in trouble, they're always in fear, they're always in depression, and they are always suffering in the material life. And then when they die, they suffer all the more, that whatever they have accumulated by all that cheating or all that donkey hard work, it is all going to be going from them. Correct? But you see the other example here, Lord Krishna is giving an embrace to the devotee. He is actually waiting for all of us. So when we come back, he says, oh, my dear son, my dear daughter, you have come back now. I was waiting for you from so many lifetimes, and with you I had to take so many janma along with you. You wanted to become an animal, so I became an animal with you. You wanted to fly in the bird's body, so I came along with you in the bird's body. You wanted to become a hog, so I came in the hog's body. And then you wanted to become a worm in the stool, so I came in that body also. So Lord Krishna is coming with us in all the bodies. And then when we say, my dear Lord, I have come back, so Lord says, okay, finally, thank God you have come back, right? So this is what happens when a devotee is leaving the body, because the devotee is moving to a bigger house. So he is very happy. and people are also happy. And we see in the shloka, Parikshit Maharaj was praying to the devotees that you keep chanting the glories of the holy name of the Lord. And that is what happens in the today's world also. We have seen many devotees who are leaving the body. Devotees are chanting, other devotees are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, and they could easily leave the body, and in a smiling face they could go back. So by seeing the face only, you can see that okay, this person has gone back to Goloka. So that is the importance of the devotees in our life. We may have so many difficulties, challenges, but remember, I think Premdatta Prabhu keeps saying this point that in our end part of the life, it is only devotees who are going to chant for us or sing for us. So we shouldn't be feeling anything bad about the devotees, because eventually they are whatever they are, but they are going to chant the holy name. They are going to sing the glories. They're going to pray for us. So that is why they are very, very precious for us, and they're going to make our journey very easy when we go back to Krishna. So this is the very nice example. Krishna is waiting for us when we go and meet Krishna. There is of course, nothing to fear, because when you go back to Goloka, it is a Chintamani Dham. You don't have any old age. You don't have any disease. You have all enjoyment. There is no fear at all. There is no anxiety. Vaikuntha. There is no kuntha in Vaikuntha. So that's the point. That is not a separation. So some examples quickly I want to quote. I think I have got 1 more minute. So we can see the examples in the scriptures. Bhishma Pitama, he had got the boon of Ichha Mrityu. Now, if any one of us get this Vardhan, they will never be feeling like dying, right? And Hiranyakashipu wanted this Vardhan, this boon, that I should not die. But here you see here, Bhishma Pitama already had that boon with him, but he did not waste his life by accumulating a lot of things. If he wanted, he could have done that, right? He had that what Hiranyakashipu was asking by doing so much of tapasya, but Bhishma Pitama did not misuse that, and he peacefully left his body, after the war of Kurukshetra, and he was glorified by the Lord so much that Yudhishthira Maharaj was sent to Bhishma Pitama to understand these matters very, very carefully, that how you can be a king. And remember, Bhishma Pitama had all the opportunity to become a king also. Like Dhritarashtra was always eager to become a king, but Bhishma Pitama did not take that opportunity. Correct? So this is what happens when we sacrifice, when we give up things. There are bigger things given by us, by the Lord, because Lord becomes very happy when he sees this devotee is very humble and he is always taking a back seat. No problem. He will be my first choice. So that is what is the good example of Bhishma Pitama. I don't have much time to talk about more, but yes, we have so many things we can talk about Bhishma Pitama. Then we can see the example of Haridas Thakur. He was never scared when he was beaten in the 22 marketplaces, never ever scared. And the Jallads were praying, please die. And he was smiling. Of course, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking all his beatings. Then we see the example of Prahlad Maharaj. We all know that, we saw this movie and we have read in the Srimad Bhagavatam how much torture he was given, but he was always, always happy chanting the glory of the holy name of the Lord. So we can also become fearless when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We may not be in the platform of Parikshit Maharaj, but eventually anybody can come to that platform if they happily chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and engage themselves in the service of the Lord. So life becomes beautiful now, and the life becomes beautiful after the end of the life as well. So I would stop here. If I have committed any mistakes, please forgive me. If you have any questions, you can ask. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Patita Pavan Guru Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.